Okay, so through this show, I've met some very interesting people. However, in my entire career, I've never met anyone you could even vaguely describe as a hitman. Well, today, that changes. The gloves are off, and I will admit, I'm a little bit nervous. Hello and welcome to the guest list. I'm Zane, and this quite simply is the show where we invite a very special person to pick some of their favourite films, and today we have a knockout selection. Season 2 of the guest list brings us a world champion who's taken the boxing arena by storm. With only one defeat in his 46-fight career and 36 knockouts, he is, without doubt, the hardest man we've ever had on the show. And he's been in training all his life for this moment, as today, he's on the guest list. Ricky Hatton, welcome to the guest list. How you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah. Hard work at the minute with all the training, workload that I've got, but raring to go, and we're only halfway through the training camp, so things are going pretty good at the minute.
I hope they're going good. I mean, it's a big fight coming up.
Doesn't come bigger, really. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, he's regarded as the best champion out of all weight divisions, so you can't get any higher accolade than winning that as a boxer, so yeah, pretty big fight will be an understatement, yeah. So,
to go back to, well, somewhere near the beginning, because that's the big question for me, is there any way to ever prepare for someone hitting you? Because that's the thing, I just wouldn't be able to walk into a situation where I knew at some point I was going to get smacked in the
Something
face.
you get used to over the years, really. And I think the key thing, or the important thing, is the first day you walk in the boxing gym, on the first day you spar type thing, and the first day you get hit, you know, you either like it or you don't like it, you know. And
do you remember that? Do you remember the first time you were hit?
Yeah, I loved it. I just wanted to hit him back harder. So I was probably made for the game.
You were built for it, yeah. I read somewhere that you said, you know, it's two nice guys getting in a ring together, but when you get in the ring, you're obviously not nice people.
It is, yeah. You get a lot of boxers that sometimes bad mouth and pop off and slag their opponents and that. But me and Manny aren't that type of opponents. He is a nice guy, very quiet guy. I'd like to think we're very similar in that respect, but there's nothing more nice about us when the bell goes. I mean, we're probably the two most aggressive fighters in boxing, really, so be one of them fights where maybe you'll have to put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock and don't let them watch it. It'll be a bit gruesome viewing, I think.
Before we get into the movies, I just want to ask you, what do you do to sort of psych yourself up for getting in the ring? You know, when you sort of just before you're walking out there and all the camera flashes start going off and people start cheering, what are you doing?
I always have my Oasis in my changing rooms before the fight. It psychs me up. I have it on full blast and really gets me pumping. Obviously
music, you just mentioned Oasis get you revved up for a fight. Movie-wise, do you use movies at all like that? Are there movies that really get your juices going before a big one?
Well, needless to say, I do like a lot of the gangster films, you know, like Goodfellas and Scarface and stuff like that. But generally, when I've been working hard in the gym and that, there's nothing, when I'm tired, nothing I like better than putting a good, you know, good comedy on, you know, and it really gets you, you know, perks you up when you're feeling tired, I suppose.
Which leads us nicely into some of the movies you've selected as some of your favourites in the history of cinema. Let's start with American Pie.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me, I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's me.
What is it about this film that does it for Ricky Hatton?
All you think about when you're 15, 16 is losing your virginity.
Yep.
And that's what they're all doing. They're all nervous about how they're going to do it. And the characters that are in it are absolutely fantastic. You always get a stiffler, text the mickey out of everybody. And then you always get the little weirdy type, you know, like Finch. Everyone just looks at him and thinks he's not playing with a full deck type thing, you know. Even though I'm older in years now, you can relate to it for when you was a teenager.
It's got to be valid, consensual sex. Prom is our last chance.
All right, to the next step.
Next step.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing about losing your virginity at school.
Yeah, I know, but I bet you didn't do it with a pie, though, did you?
Shrimp?
Have you got a favourite scene? Is it the classic pie scene?
I think the pie scene is always a funny one just because of the fact that it's so weird.
It's not what it looks like.
I also like the fact when Jim arranges to meet Nadia in the bedroom.
Strip.
Strip?
Slowly. Move, James, move!
Yeah, move.
And he starts dancing and taking his shirt off and doing that. When I'm drunk, I dance like that myself sometimes, so I could probably relate to it. Never in a girl's bedroom, like, but I mean...
Never on webcam either,
yeah,
I hope.
no, and he's looking at the camera like that, and then he throws the T-shirt, and all his mates are like, oh, no, and then the T-shirt falls off, and then they're all, oh, we're back in action, you know, so... It was brilliant. Wish I had mates like that.
Where did you fit in school? Were you, let's divide it up simply into sort of geeks and jocks, because I guess that's the simplest way of doing it. Where were you?
I would say, if you're looking at the 4 characters in American Pie, I'd say I was more a stiffler.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
But maybe not quite in as much trouble. I was in school, I was always joking about. You always had to look over your shoulder with me.
See, this is interesting, because like, you'd be Stifler, I was more a Finch.
Would you object if I said that you were quite striking?
Without a doubt, I mean...
Bit of a geek, well, I could figure that, yeah.
Well, thanks, Ricky, I appreciate that.
You know, Finch, it's senior year. I mean, don't you think it's time you learn how to take a dump at school?
When was the last time you looked at the facilities in the school?
I've seen the film about 50, 60 times, and it still cracks me up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, baby.
You've got a sense of humour, clearly, and you did do a stand-up tour, didn't you?
I've done about 12 theatres, 15 theatres all in all, now up and down and all over the country.
One of the problems that a lot of stand-ups face when they go out is hecklers. I don't imagine anyone has ever heckled you.
Oh, you get a few once they've...
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Someone
well,
goes, oh, it's Ricky Hatton, I'm going to... tell us a joke, Hatton. Don't see it happening.
Yeah, no, you get a few hecklers once they've had them that demon drink down them. Everyone gets brave when they've had a few drinks. So
Not that brave.
Yeah, there is a few of them about, but I've got me few little one-liners. The minute they shout out, they don't shout out again.
Go on then, Tell us a joke.
Cheers, mate. I like to work alone, and I've got an army full of them. Get your hair cut. No offence.
Look, you've got the boxing. This is all I have. Don't take it away from me. Really.
But I could talk.
I like it. I mean, what were you saying earlier? Where'd you get your hair cut?
From a lady down the hill.
Down the hill.
Best £4.50 I've ever spent. It'd take you about a fortnight to get that off.
All right, once again with the whole hair thing.